So Sarva Yukta Su, again, Krishna Namas, the same Krishna Namas, the list which is given in the very beginning of this section. The same Krishna Namas, they are declined in all three genders. So now it's the Brahmalinga neuter gender. So Sarva Yukta Su, then Brahmataha Swamor Mahaharaha. No. This is Brahma Krishnat Sor that one. Because Sarva is Brahmalinga Shabda here and it is Krishna Shabda ending in Arama. So after this Su is replaced by and then the Shavtarad Amshasor Aram Haraha, we get Sarvam. Then Sarva Yukta Au, Radha Brahmabhyam Au E, Advai Midvai A, we get Sarve. Then Sarva Yukta Jas, Brahma to just Shasor Shi. So she is applied. Then Sarveshwar Vaishnavantayor Num Shav. By that one we apply Num, insert Num. Then Sarvan Yukta E because of Antya Sarvishat Paramita Sthanam. And then Nanta Dhatu Varjita Santa Satsanga Mahadapa Muddhavasya Trivikrama Krishna Sthana Buddhamina. So this Uddhava becomes Trivikrama. So we get Sarvani and then Rasha Riddhabhyo Nasyanaha Sarveshwara Hayava Kavarga Pavarga Vidhanapi Sarvani. So Sarvam Sarve Sarvani. The declension for the second case is also same as the first case. And 3.1 onwards, it will be like Purushottam Linga. So Sarvena Sarvabhyam Sarvai Sarvasmai Sarvabhyam Sarvebhya Sarvasmat Sarvabhyam Sarvebhya Sarvasya Sarva Yoh Sarvesham Sarvasmin Sarvayoh Sarveshu. So rest is same like masculine. Then Anyadi Bhyastuk Swamor Brahmani. In the neuter gender, when Su or follow, Tuk is inserted after the words Anya and so on. Tuk. So Anya Yukta Su. So we have Su following. So with this sutra, Anyadi Bhyastuk Swamor Brahmani, we insert Tuk, where U and Ka, they are indicator letters and Tarama is there. Thus, it becomes Anyat Yukta Su. So we had one maxim before, Tidagama Parasambandhi, Kidagama Pura Sambandhi. So any pratyaya having the indicator letter ta joins the following pratyaya. And anything having the indicator letter ka, it joins the previous prakriti. So here it has the indicator letter ka, so it joins Anya. So it becomes Anyat Yukta Su, and then we apply Radha Vishnu Janabhyam Paschat Vikranat Surharaha. So Anyat. And Vishnu Dasasya Hari Kamalam Vavirame Anyat or Anyat. Anyat, and rest is same like we did Sarva now. Only difference here. Anyat. Anyat. Yeah. So when it says Anyadibhya, Anya and so on. So Anya and so on means the Anyadis are the 11 words beginning with Anya, except for the word Ekatara. So in the list, if you see, Anya and so on means Anya and the 11 words following, except for the word Ekatara. For them, when Su or follows, then we insert Tuk. Okay. Then Tat Yukta Su, Brahmata Samor Mahahara, simply. So we get Tat or Tad. Then Tad Yukta Au. So Tadadi Saptanam Sansarasya Aramaha. Sansara becomes A. And Radha Brahmabhyam Au E. Advamidva A. Te. Then Tat Yukta Jas. तदादिसप्तानां संसारस्य अरामः कृष्ण and सर्वेश brahmato jas shasoshi, then sarveshwar vaishnavantayor namashau, and nanta dhatu varjita tani. In India, everyone will say this naturally, tatte tani, tatte tani. So tatte tani, and rest same like the masculine. Idam yuktasu, same. Brahmata Soma Mahara idam. Su is deleted and we get idam only. Then idam yukta au tadadi saptanam, and then dasya cha maha also, the becomes ma, the same sutra. Advamidva radha brahmapyam au e, advamidva e ime. Idam yukta jas tadadi saptanam, dasya cha maha, brahmata jas shasoshi, sarveshwara vaishnavanta namshav, nata dhatu varjita imani. Idam ime imani, idam ime imani, and the rest same like masculine, Purushottam Linga. Okay, simple. द्वितीयैकत्वे कथित अनुकथने इदमेतदोरेण दादेशो ब्रह्मणि वाच्यः. In the neuter gender, in the second case singular, the words idam and etad are replaced by enat, provided there is kathita anukathana. Okay. So we did one sutra before, which we said idam etadorena katitanukatane dvitiya tosu. That when dvitiya vibhaktis ta or os they follow, either of them, then idam and etad shabdas, they are optionally replaced by ena when there is repetition of something which is already said. Okay, that was a general rule for all the three genders. Okay, now here the sutra is saying that when it is 2.1, second case singular, and it is in Brahmalinga, then the words idam and etad, they are replaced by the word enat. And rest, we bring the same insertion ena plus the vibhakti and we decline them. So enat or enat, and rest we do like before only. So etad or idam yukt then they are replaced by enat by this current sutra. Then enat yukt then brahmata somar mahaharah enat. Ene enani ityadi. Others yukta su, brahmata somar mahaharah, so we get adaha. Then others yukta au, tadadi saptanam, dasya chamaha, radha brahmapyam au e, and other the a, and then ado mat parasya sarveshwarasya u yatheshta siddhi. By that sutra, this a becomes the trivikrama u. I hope everyone is fresh with the sutras. Amu. Then others yukta jas, tadadi saptanam, dasya chamaha, brahmatos jas shasoshi, and then nanta sarveshwara vaishnavanta namshav, nanta dhatu varjita, and amani, and then that sutra ado mat parasya sarveshwarasya u yatheshta siddhi. So we get amuni trivikrama, because a is trivikrama. So thus we get adaha, amu, amuni, and the rest they are same like the masculine. Then dvi yukta au tadadi saptanam, and then radha brahmapyam au e advamitva e, dve, rest same like masculine. Bhavatu yuktasu, brahmato samor maharaha, so we get bhavat. Bhavati, this is radha brahmapyam au e, and then bhavanti. Yeah, bhavanti. Yeah, bhavanti. And then kim, yuktasu, ramato samor mahara kim. Kim yukta au, then tadadi saptanam, radha brahmayamo e, advanitva e, ke. Kim yukta jas, tadadi saptanam, brahmato jas shaso shi, then sarveshwara vaishnavantharanam shau, natadhatu varjita kani. Kim ke kani, and rest the same. It's the same pattern, nothing new. And then avyayat swadir mahara. So basically now we are done with the whole thing. Now just one more sutra is there left in this chapter. Avyayat swadir mahahara. After an avyaya, all the swadis undergo mahahara. Okay, let me explain you one thing here. Actually, what happens is,
This is what you had earlier explained, that Jiva Goswami has kept it to keep the rule that this bhakti has to be applied on all, including.
Oh, did I explain that?
Yeah, you had said once about it. Anyway, you can explain.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Okay, so subtinganta padam. No, subtinganta vakyam actually. So basically, what does it mean is that Vishnu Bhakti Siddham Vishnu Padam, we have one sutra at the very beginning of this chapter, that only the final declined word can be used in a sentence in Sanskrit. The final declined word. And final declined word means either it is a noun or a verb. So, and if it's a verb, then final declined form means the prakriti and the pratyaya, which means the verbal root plus the verbal suffixes. And if it's the noun, which that means the nominal stem or the nominal base and the nominal suffixes. Now, avyayas, they are nouns. So, although they do not change their forms, they remain intact always. But to keep the rule that only the declined word will be used. So what Jiva Goswami does is, he says avyayat swadir maharaha. First, for example, we have the avyaya api. Let's say one take example api. Now api is always api wherever you see it. So, but still what Jiva Goswami does, he brings, let's say, the pratyas, just a formality. So apiyukta su, and then he says avyaya swadir mahara, that after avyayas, all the swadis, they undergo deletion. So we get api only. Just to respect, or yeah, to not go against the rule of grammar itself. So now api is a subant. Api is a subant padam. Or in according to Harinamamrit Vyakarana, it is a nama Vishnupada. And similarly, all other avyas. So this is the point. So that's why avyat swadir mahara, after an avyaya, all the swadis undergo mahara. That's why this rule is made. Yeah. Have I shared the list of avyayas with you?
I think so.
Can you just check it out? If not, then I'll share it. Yeah, I can just share it. So, okay, I'm sharing it again, even if I share. So,
Yeah, I have a file called Avyaya New.
You have it? Okay, so I've shared it again. So here you have all the obvious, and they're very helpful actually, in especially while reading commentaries and all. So practical Sanskrit for that is very helpful, these obvious list. So please take advantage. So here we complete our second chapter. Haribol.
Yay.
Jai. Krishna Nama Ki Jai.
And actually for third chapter, like in the other batch, we are on third chapter. Actually, in other two batches, we are doing third chapter only. So one good thing about for you is, let me show you something. We are preparing forms for each and every word or dhatu for the chapter 3. So you can just click on whatever dhatu it is, and you will see the forms like this. So one devotee is preparing this and will be very helpful. So
Yeah, that looks really cool.
so you can
So
just
those are the verbs now.
yeah, these are the verbs, and these are all the verbs which Jiva Goswami has given in the book, you know, for practice or declension.
Right.
So yeah, like that. Anyhow, okay, here is something.
And he has all those different names instead of Lot and Lot and
Yeah, that's
these-
there. That's there also. But he has also in the vritti he has given that others they say it like Lord, Lut, and so on. So okay, here we complete chapter 2. So here is something that okay, I give 2 pages to read. We can read that also now. Which were those 2 pages? If someone can say about
Yeah,
that.
I had
Yet
The previous meeting,
I had sent it in the chat. It was the one without
269 and
Yeah.
270.
okay.
yeah.
We can read that. Yeah, 269 and 270.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's about yad and tad and how they are related to each other. So yad is a relative pronoun. It must always be used in relationship with its correlative pronoun tad. Tad can be used alone, but yad cannot. For example, in the sentence, Saha Krishna Mandiram Gachati. He goes to the temple of Krishna. The sense is complete. But in the sentence, Yaha Krishna Mandiram Gachati, who goes to the temple of Krishna, the sense is not complete. It only becomes complete when the correlative pronoun tad is used, as in Yaha Krishna Mandiram Gachati, Sa Yamalokam Na Gachati. He who goes to the temple of Krishna doesn't go to the abode of Yamaraja. Okay. In English, the relative and correlative pronouns are usually placed side by side with the correlative pronoun. First, as in he who. But in Sanskrit, the relative and correlative pronouns are usually some distance apart, with the relative pronoun coming first. In fact, in Sanskrit, the relative and correlative pronouns have their separate clauses. So literally, Yaha Krishna Mandiram Gachati, Saha Yam Lokam Na Gachati means who goes to the temple of Krishna, comma, he doesn't go to the abode of Yamaraj, literally. Thus, wherever one sees a form of the word yad, one should understand that it is connected with its own verb, which is different than the verb to which the form of tad is connected. Usually, the form of yad and the form of tad will have the same gender and vachana. But the Vishnu Bhakti differs. Okay. Same gender and vachana, but the Vishnu Bhakti differs. We'll see examples now. Some examples are given below. So I hope you got the point. What is Sankshodhani trying to say here? So let's read some examples. What is that? Okay, we'll come to this example. Okay, let's see. 42453. It's not opening. So which one?
So there is a yud at the beginning of the third line. I don't know if that's part of a compound or is that something different than what is being spoken of?
It's a samasa here, compound.
Oh, okay. So if it's a samasa, then this is different than.
Yeah,
This
is different.
Okay. Thank you.
Ye Krishnam pashyati tesham deha kampate. The bodies of those who see Krishna tremble. Or more literally, who see Krishna, their bodies tremble. So ye pashyati tesham deha kampate. So ye is connected with tesham.
The Sanskrit is more clear actually than the English because the English looks like it might be Krishna who's trembling.
Yeah, I just the bodies of those who see Krishna tremble. So yena sarvam lokam vyaptam sah Vishnu. Vishnu is he by whom the world is pervaded, or more literally, by whom the world is pervaded. He is Vishnu. So yena. So the point is, the gender is same of yat version and tat version, and the vachana is also same. The Vishnu Bhakti is different. Yena is third case, Sa is first case. Then Yasmin Yoginah Ramante Tasmai Namaha. In whom the yogis take pleasure, to him I offer my obeisances. Yasya Rupam Sarva Saundarya Murti Tasmad Amritam Prabhati. So, whose form is the embodiment of all beauty? Yasya Rupam Sarva Saundarya Murti. From him nectar flows. Tasmad Amritam Prabhati. So the avyas formed from yad and tad also function in a relative correlative relationship. This is shown in the table below. So these are the avyas which are formed from yad and tad, like yataha, tataha, yatra, tatra, yatha, tatha, yad, tad, yada, tada, yadi, tada, or tarhi, yavat, tavat. In fact, we had made a chart for this. Let me just see. We had made a chart with examples. We can find. So yeah, here it is. So 20th August, we studied the same thing in another class. So if you can see here, then yataha tataha. So some examples which we have written here. So yato yato nishchalati tatas tataha. So this is from Bhagavad Gita. This usage of the avyas together. Yatra tatra, yatra gayanti madhukta tatra tishtami. Then yatha tatha vavid dhatu lampato, or yatha devi tatha gurau, yatha taror moola nishechanena.
Can you copy these into our document?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Then yatha tatha we did. Yat tad yad yad acharati tat tad evitaro jana, that one. Then yada tada yada yada hi dharmasya, then tadatmanam srijamyaham. Yadi tarhi yadi satyagiras tarhi. I think this is from Bhagavatam somewhere. Yavat tavat yavat and tavat SB 399. So like that, these are examples of the obvious group of pair of them. An example of yatha tatha is found in Gita. So vasangsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani krishnati naro parani ityadi tatha sharirani vihaya. So yatha and tatha. Then yadi and tarhi. So naham bhakshitavan amba sarve mithya vishamsinaha. Yadi satyagirah tarhi. So this is Krishna speaking. Yadi and tarhi. Then yadi yada acharati tatta devitaro. So like that. A more complex example is as follows. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhaya architam ichhati tasya tasya. So here yaha it is the yat form, and tasya tasya is the tad form, or they are the tad forms. But sometimes the forms of the correlative pronoun tad are not doubled. For example, yad jano bhagavate vidadhita manam tat cha atmane. So here yad is there, but the correlative pronoun tad is only one, not twice. So whatever service a person may render to the Lord is actually for his own benefit. So tat cha atmane. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Yada yada hi dharmasya, and then tadatmanam, yada and tada. So like that, this was the thing. Okay. And then one more thing we need to study is this one. So this is page 300. So while we are on the subject of avyayas, two other important avyayas should be mentioned. They are Chid and Chana. Amarkosha lists Chid and Chana in the Avyaya Varga, group of indeclinables, and defines them by saying asakalya tu Chid Chana. Chid and Chana are used in the sense of asakalya, non-entirety. The idea is not everything, something, not everyone, someone, etc. The Western scholars call Chid and Chana indefinite particles. Chid and Chana are added after interrogative pronouns formed from the word kim. So, and they change the sense from an interrogative one to an indefinite one. For example, kaha means who or which. But kashchit, which is kaha and chid, it means someone or something. So from an interrogative sense to indefinite, someone, something. So we see this usage a lot, kashchit, kinchit, and so on. So these are all chid and chana elements. So the avyaya api is also added after interrogative pronouns with the same effect. Even though the interrogative pronoun and the indefinite particles chid and chana are actually separate Vishnupadas, by convention they are written without a space between them, both in the native scripts like Devanagari and Bengali and in Roman transliterations. So thus we get K-chit and not K space chit. So this is conventionally written like this, although both of these two words are separate Vishnupadas. The avyayas chit, chana, and api can be added after any form of the word kim in any gender without restriction. One simply has to recognize the gender, Vishnu Bhakti and Vachana, by understanding the sandhi between the interrogative word and the indefinite particle. Thus, one will recognize that Kashchana is the masculine first case singular form and so on. A few prominent examples are as follows. So, Kashchit, Kashchana, and Kopi, Chitchana and Api. Kachit, Kachana, Kapi. So, Kinchit, Kinchana, Kimapi. So, like that, Kechit, Kechana, Kepi, ityadi. Kenachit, Kenachana, Kasyachit, Keshanchit, Kasminchit, like that. Okay. Yeah. So like that, that was the point about Chit and Chana, which we do see like in general. So here we complete our chapter 2. Okay, did we take exam of the, I think we took it, of the Vishnu Janata section.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we took it. So then it's okay. Then we'll proceed to chapter 3. So tomorrow on we'll start chapter 3. Okay, so today and tomorrow, please have a look through chapter 2, and if there will be any question, doubt, clarification, then we can take it first. Otherwise, we'll move ahead with chapter 3. Interesting.
So we'll do
Everyone,
Anvyas now?
I'm sorry.
We'll do Anvyas now?
Yeah.
So I have a PDF, but it's fuzzier than the ones that were put there before. So if whoever was doing it before, I don't know if they were scanning it or
Which PDF you're talking about?
the PDF of the Gaudiya Bhashya.
If you want, I can share it with you.
Yes, please. It
So
seems to me that the resolution is lower.
So you did it for today? I mean, were you able to?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked last night and there was nothing in chapter 5. So I did it. Thank you.
Oh, so did we complete chapter 4 the last time? Yeah, we did it. So this is chapter 5. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 5 and text 1. Sutta Uvacha Athatam Sukhamasina Upasinam Brihatshravah Devarshi Praha Viprarshan Veena Panihi Smayanniva. Smayanniva. This word also comes in Bhagavad Gita. Smayanniva. Sutta Uvacha Kathayamasa. अथ अनंतरम सुखमासीनः स्वाच्छंद्येन उपविष्टः बृहच्छ्रवा महायशः वीणापाणि वीणाहस्ते धृक् देवर्षिः धृक् नारदः स्मयन् इव. This is va.
Right, sorry.
I did it. Upasinam samipe samupavishtam. I did it, Mataji.
Yeah, I'm just pasting it back in my notes.
Okay. Upasinam samipe upavishtam tam viprarshim vedvyasam praha uvacha. So Suta uvacha, Suta Goswami is telling to Shaunakadi rishis in Naimisharanya that thereafter, so in the last chapter, the last verse, we heard or read that while Vyasadeva was deliberating, Narada Muni appeared, or he came there, and Srila Vyasadeva Pujayamasa Vidhivat, he duly worshipped him according to the scriptures injunctions, and had him, and welcomed him. Then here it is saying, Suta Goswami is saying that Narada Muni, who's Devarshi, who carries or holds or bears Veena. What's Veena in English?
Just Vina.
Veena, yeah, who carries Veena on his hand, and who is Mahayasha, who is very glorious, one whose glories are Mahan. So, yeah, of great glory. So he Swachandena Upavishtaha Sukhamasana, which means he was made to sit Swachandena. By one's own independence, freedom. Sukhamasana. So one who sat according to his own will, literally. Sukhamasana means Swachandena Upavishta, one who sat according to his own will, in a, so he was feeling good, pleasure. Then he, Ishad Hasan Iva, smiling, no, slightly smiling, Upasinam, then he spoke to Srila Vedavyasa, who was sitting near him, Samipe Samupavishtam. Iti artha, this is the meaning. Okay. This is the link, is it?
Yeah, the verses I copied all from the Veda base, and the link is there too. That goes back to the Veda base.
Interesting. Then Narada Uvacha Parasharya Mahabhaga Bhavatah Kachidatmana Paritushyati Sharira Atma Manasa Evava. Narada Uvacha He Mahabhaga Parasharya. Parasharya or Parasharya? Parasharya. He Mahabhaga Subhaga Parasharya. Parashara Tanaya Vyasa. Bhavatah Sharirah Manasa Eva Va Atma. Bhavatah Sharirah Manasa Eva Va Atma Atmana Paritushyati. Sharir Abhimani Atma Sharirena Manobhi Manobhimani Atma Manasama Paridushyati Kachit Prasanna Vartate Kim Nava. What is this? So, O Narad Muni, O greatly fortunate one, O son of Parashar Muni Vyasadev. Okay, Narad Muni spoke all these addresses. He addressed Srila Vyasadeva by saying him to be the fortunate one, the son of Parashar Muni. Then he's saying,
Oh, there's a Kashchit.
yeah, that's Kachit. Yeah, that's there. भवतः शारीरः मानस एव वा आत्मा. Your so Narad Muni is saying, so we are doing literal translation here, that Bhavatah Sharirah Manasa Eva Va Atma. That for you, your body and mind is the self. Okay, your body or mind is the self, and mind is the self. It's the very self, Eva. Then Atmana Paritushyati Kachit Sharir Abhimani Atma Sharirena Mana Abhimani Atma Manasava. So Atma, which has the Abhiman in Sharira, basically Dehatma Buddhi. Atma, Sharira Abhimani Atma. So the very self, Atma, which, how will you say this? Sharira Abhimani. One who has
Which
Abhiman,
identifies as the body?
yeah, which identifies as the body. Or Sharirena Manobhimani. Okay, that is Sharirena. And then, okay, this is now, we can put a comma here. That's one thing. Because Atmana is 3.1, so Sharirena is also 3.1 and Manasa is also 3.1. So the Atma, which identifies with the body, or rather we can also say like the body which is identified as the Atma or the self. So by such body, or Manobhimani Atma Manasava, or the mind which is identified as the self by that mind. So, hey Vyasadev, are you satisfied? Prasannaha vartate kim nava. Are you satisfied or not with your body or mind, which you consider as the self, as Atma? This is Narad Muni speaking to Vyasadeva. Iti artha. Okay. Jignasitam susampannam api te mahadadbhutam kritavan bharatam yastvam sarvarth paribrinhitam. Yastvam mahadadbhutam ati vistaritam gudhartham cha sarvartha paribrinhitam sarvairarthai dharmadibhi paripurnam bharatam mahabharatam kritavan evam bhutasya te tava tvaya iti ardha jigyasitam jnatamishtam dharmadiyat tat sarvam susampanam samyak gyatam anushtitam cha. It is Gyatam, Swayam Samyak Gyatam Anushthita. So, you, yes, Tvam, you have compiled Mahabharata. This is Narada speaking to Vasudeva. So, you have compiled Mahabharata, which is Sarvai Arthai Dharmadibhi Paripurnam, which is complete of the Dharma Adibhihi, which are the Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha, Purusharthas, all of them. and which is ati vistaritam gudhartham cha, which is very elaborate in its content, and which contains very confidential purports, meanings, philosophy, gudhartham. Evam bhutasya te jigyasitam susampannam api. Now, such you who have created Mahabharata, such you, evam bhutasya te tava tvaya ityartah jigyasitam gyatum ishtam dharmadi yat. So, tat sarvam susampannam. So, Gyatam Ishtam. Your inquiries are full. Gyatam Ishtam. So, such you, evam bhutasya te tvaya, or by you, basically, I'm putting it in active sense. Here it is in the passive sense. So, you know jigyasitam susampanna. Jigyasitam, jigyasitam, jigyasitam. So your inquiries, jigyasitam literally means inquiries. So your inquiries were all completely samyak gyatam anushtitam cha, were known by you. Basically, O Vyasadeva, all the inquiries you had, they were completely understood or known by you, gyatam, and anushtitam cha, and also implied, implemented. Ityartha, this is the meaning. So, okay, once again. So, O Vyasadeva, you are the one who have compiled Mahabharata, which comprises of, or which is complete of the description of the Chatur Purushartha, beginning with Dharma, then Artha, Kama, and Moksha. And it is elaborate in its content, and it is good Artha, a very confidential meaning, confidential message it talks of. Such you. So whatever inquiry you had regarding Dharma, all such inquiries were completely known by you and implemented as well. Anushtitam cha iti artha.
So is that yes, one of those relative?
Yeah, this is yaha, and then the correlative is te.
Okay.
Okay, then the next verse. Jigyasitam adhitam cha brahma yat tat sanatanam tathapi shochasyatmanam akritartha iva prabho. Kincha yat sanatanam nityam param brahma tacha jigyasitam vicharitam. Tacha jigyasitam, okay. Adhitam cha adhigatam praptam cha. He prabho tathapi akritartha iva akrita karya iva atmanam shochasi anutapam karoshi kimartam iti shesha. So Narad Muni is speaking to Vyasadeva that moreover, you had also inquired about, or you were deliberating or inquiring about the eternal supreme Brahman, and that also Adhitam cha, that also you came to know about. Adhigatam Praptam cha, you also got to know him. Adhitam can also mean, yeah, Adhitam means got to know him, you read about him, basically to know, to understand about something. So hey Prabhu, oh Prabhu, Narada Muni to Vyasadeva. Tathapi, even though you know Brahman, still akritartha eva atmanam shochasi, you are lamenting, anutapam kuroshi, you are lamenting upon yourself, atmanam, as if eva akrita karya. You're still lacking, or you still have not completed your task. Akrita karya means literally a karya which is not completely done. An action which is not completely done yet. So, kimartham iti shesha, why is it so? So, Narad Muni is asking like this. Iti artha. Okay. Okay, then we'll continue tomorrow from here. Anything? Any point? So please take a look on the second chapter. If something, because when we move to third chapter, then naturally it will be very difficult to come back and study and review chapter 2. So please take a look. Okay, then we'll resume tomorrow. And
Thank you. None about Pranam.
Thank you.